Hello, amazing beings of the universe. It's the Nerdy Stepdad coming to you today with a deep dive in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes about the Imperial Trooper team. The Nerd Herd awaits. Like, subscribe. Let's conquer this galaxy together. Hi, everybody. This is your Nerdy Stepdad in his updated office setting. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Imperial Trooper team. We're going to take a pretty deep dive into that team. It is one of the best early game teams in the game. Two versions, we'll go over both, as well as some of the more prominent um, ways to edit the team and it still be functional. We'll go over exactly why the team works. I'll explain why it's a great team early, solid team mid, and kind of trails off late and becomes a cleanup team. Why that is, we're going to get into all of that. So I think it'll be a good video for the newer players of the game, for people in the guild to truly understand this team more in depth and why so many content creators push to it for it to be one of the first teams for you guys to farm in the game and why. Um, it is one of my favorite teams in the game, even to this day. A lot of my favorite things to do is to make weird team names, and I have appropriately named this team in a lot of my screens the Face Punchers, because Imperial Trooper, Dark Trooper punches people in the face. Sorry for all the ums. I'm trying to stop that. It is something that's been brought to my attention. I do a lot. I will work to get that under control. Now, let's get into the game. So this is going to be the OG main trooper team that people use once they have everybody set, because Moff Gideon kind of gets taken away for some other teams in the game, and Colonel Stark will take his place. Some people don't like Colonel Stark, and they'll just keep Moff Gideon in here. So why does this team work? This team works because of... Oh no, come back, Veers. I wasn't done with you. Because of General Veer's leader. We get +4 offense, and Imperial Troopers gain 10% turn meter whenever they gain a buff. And so this is a heavy turn meter train once you get buffs going on the team. And the person that really helps get that turn meter train going is Admiral Piet and his Emperor's Trap Zeta. The team does still have a bunch of turn meter early without this Zeta. It's still going to be functional, but this is when it becomes like the team early on to really get things going. It's really going to kill a lot of teams that are better geared than this team in your early GACs, in your early territory wars. This is why people tell you to farm this team, because they can really punch up. Even still in Relic Delta, this team can punch up. I'm using them currently in my arena to punch up against Relic Phoenix teams. Not fully Relic Phoenix teams, but with Hera and Sabine being Relic from Relic, the Lightspeed tokens. I'm still punching up and able to get through some of those teams. Can't really do it if Rex has his Zeta, because it kind of counteracts the turn meter train a little bit. But as long as they don't have that, this team can still punch up and beat some of those teams. And so what does the Emperor's Trap Zeta do? Whenever an Empire ally begins a turn or attacks out of turn, all allies gain a stack of the Emperor's Trap. That's a buff. So that's what gets that turn meter train going. And it's not just one person, the whole team gets that buff. So it really starts to ramp up. Also, whoever he puts Imperial Ambition on, will attack with him, which is really nice. So that is why you'll see people put Imperial Ambition on Dark Trooper, and it's why Dark Trooper attacks so much anytime Piet attacks. Dark Trooper will attack, and sometimes a random other ally attack. If the other random ally is Dark Trooper, he attacks twice, which is why sometimes you'll see him attacking twice. So, other members of the team, Dark Trooper, who is most of your damage, he is a heavy Cairo character early, but he's just so good that we still suggest him. The modding on him is terrible. This is not his mods. This is just because I'm still very, very early in the game in this account, and I just don't have mods. He's going to want offense mods. When I get them, I'll put them on, but until then, I'm just rocking something, because some mods is better than no mods, especially early game. You can really punch up with just some mods, because a lot of early game people aren't putting any on. So don't look at this team's modding it, because it's not correct currently. We can go over what each character should have in terms of mods, and we will do that here in a moment. Range Trooper, one of the reasons we do Range Trooper is he gives buffs with his second ability here, and you regain protection. And so it's really good. And he deals more damage if he's buffed. He's going to be buffed on this team. And all Imperial Trooper allies have a 50% chance to call another buffed Trooper ally to assist when they use an ability during their turn. So that just is even more turn meter. So that's why this team really works. They're calling each other a lot. Every time they call each other with Emperor's Trap, they get a buff. Every time they get a buff, they get more turn meter, and it just perpetuates itself, and they constantly are getting buffs. The reason a lot of people put Stark in here is because his scan waves is a big buff on the whole team, so more turn meter. His AoE is pretty good and can deal stagger once it's maxed out, which can be good against certain teams. So now, what are some of the variations? Some people will put Moff Gideon into the team. He has his control of the situation, where he removes all turn meter, but then everybody on his side attacks. Now, because they're all attacking, they're all getting Emperor Trap buffs, so they're going to surpass the other team. Even if the other team originally outsped them, they're not going to outspeed them now. So it's a good way if it looks like the other team is about to take a turn, you can reset it right here. So you're constantly having to watch turn meter with this team to make sure you stay on top of it. So that's one of the reasons they use him. Also, he calls Dark Trooper a lot. They just go together. He is pretty high Cairo early. It's why a lot of people don't necessarily put him on the team early. Another OG variant that a lot of people do early, and I'm currently doing, is they're putting their Darth Vader with this team. With his Emperor's Trap. Every time he attacks, Emperor's Trap goes off. Not Emperor's Trap, Merciless Massacre. So he's hitting the whole other team and just building turn meter for the rest of the troopers while doing that. So he is a good fit early. Just later, he kind of goes and does his own thing. He can solo some teams early game in GAC. Sorry for the ums. But yes, he can solo. So he kind of gets taken out of the team just because he can be so good. And he can also go into an Emperor Palpatine team. He can go into an Afra team. There's a lot of various homes where you can plug in Vader. This is one of them early. It's not going to be one where you have him late game, but he is useful early in an Imperial Trooper team. The other variation of Troopers is the Iden team. I'm not going to go super in-depth into the Iden team just because it's not one I am super familiar with, and I don't want to lie. The main thing is, I know with her, her We Can Grieve later will keep reviving the team once she gets her Zeta. So if they die and she's alive, they just revive, and it can be very annoying to deal with, and it can be hard to get to her to kill her with various forms of this team. And she buffs all of these people a lot, and so they're all hitting a lot harder than normal. It's a great early team. One I'm definitely going to experiment with at some point, especially on this Nerdy Stepdad account, because I do want to see her a little bit earlier than I have in my main Will Betray account. At that account, I'm too far into the game to really make this team effective, and so I want to experiment her more early game. So it is a team that I plan to build in the future as I get some more free space. Right now, my farming is pretty dialed in. It's Boss, Houndtooth, and the original troopers. That is just what I'm spending energy on. And I want to make sure I get that up and running first. So now, what should we actually be putting mod-wise on these guys? Let's take a look. I'm going to pull up swgoh.gg. I'm not going to show that screen. I have before already kind of went over that website and how great it is for stuff like this. And so you can check out some of my earlier videos. You'll have a link to the website. But for those who don't know, it is just swgoh.gg. And you can pull up so much good information. Now, with Veers, his best mods are going to be 2 health and 4 speed. His arrow needs to be speed. His triangle, you want crit damage. Circle, you want protection. And cross, you want protection. The main reason you want protection is because you want him to stay alive. He can help perpetuate the team a lot. Even if he dies, they're still getting that turn meter. But you just want him to stay alive because it's just more damage and it's more buffs that you can put onto the team over time. So you want to keep him alive, which is why it's so much protection. Next, we will have Admiral Piet. Oh no, I was misspelling it with my fat fingers. All right, Admiral Piet, our best mods are going to be health, 2 health, and 4 speed again. Speed, crit damage, protection, potency, and you want to make him the fastest person on this team, and you want to get him as fast as possible. If he can go first and he can put Imperial Ambition onto Dark Trooper, it's a great start to the turn meter train, and it's really what's needed on this team. So you do really want to make him as fast as possible. He's the most important person on the team in terms of speed, so it's something you definitely want to focus on. It's something I need to do. Obviously, I need to get some sort of mods on this guy, and I need to make sure that they are fast mods. Next, we will have Dark Trooper. And like I said, I'm pretty sure his is going to be mostly offense. But let's just make sure. Yep, 2 health, 4 offense. We want an offense triangle, actually. You got to make sure that offense triangle is going to have speed on it. Triangle, offense. Circle, protection. Cross, offense. It's going to be all about offense and speed for him. Why speed? More turns. More face punching. More face punching. More dead other teams. It's really that simple. He is by far the offense on the team, the most important in terms of damage done. I do think Piet's the most important character on the team because he really gets the train meter going, then probably Veers because you have to have his leadership for them to gain the turn meter, and then Dark Trooper to do the damage. The rest are supplementary, complementary parts that work very well, but the team can work without them and any trooper can be substituted in. Range Trooper, we've kind of already went over what Range Trooper brings to the table, and it's the buff and the calling other people to assist randomly. In terms of mods, they want health and speed. You want a speed arrow, crit damage triangle, protection circle, offense cross. And then for Stark, we will also go in and do Gideon after this, and Vader. For Colonel Stark, you want 2 health, 4 speed. You want speed, crit damage, protection, potency. Now let's go back and get Gideon pulled up. All right. Health and speed. We want speed, protection, protection, tenacity. And then Vader. Vader, I think I do have the correct bonuses, but the mods themselves are definitely not in-game mods. But let's just be sure. Yes, offense and potency, speed, crit damage, protection, potency. And the reason you want potency on Vader is because he'll add more dots. Team dies faster. So, once again, that is really why this team works so well. You're going to have General Veers with that leadership really helping get the turn meter train going. You're going to have Piet and his Emperor's Trap constantly buffing the team. You're going to have him calling Dark Trooper to assist every time he attacks. He'll also call one other random ally. Sometimes it's Dark Trooper, so he'll attack twice. Range Troopers calling people to attack, which gives buffs of Emperor's Trap. Dark Trooper also has a buff on his second ability, or third, Perfect Soldiers, and it gives turn meter boost. So that is also something to do sometimes. If you notice that Emperor or Dark Trooper is next to act, and then the teams that you are attacking they're about to take the next turn, you can do that Perfect Soldier. It gives a turn meter boost, but it's also a buff. Everybody gets Emperor's Trap, so it's a lot of turn meter, and you can skip a lot of their turns. Not really skip, but like you jump in front of them. So that is a very good move as well. And then Stark or Gideon can really help control the situation, or Vader can really get that early turn meter going with Merciless Massacre. So I do want to show a little bit of gameplay footage of this team. I can't guarantee that I will even win this battle, because if the other team is modded, I will probably lose. But I do want to show it's possible to punch up. So if this team isn't modded, amazingly, we do have a chance. Yeah, so it's missing some mods, so we have a chance at outspeeding this team. So we'll give it a shot, and hopefully we can show you guys really what's going on here. Excellent, we got the first move. So we're going to do Merciless Massacre. Now everybody got a stack of Emperor's Trap, and as you saw, Dark Trooper just went ahead of Sabine here. So we will go ahead and do dots. We will attack, and attack, and attack, and attack. But as you saw, each time I attacked, we got Emperor's Trap buffs on every single character, and now they are going after all of my characters go. So it's already working. The turn meter train is moving exceptionally well. Now, I don't have Range Trooper in this particular setup. I need to add him in and probably sub out Moff Gideon myself. I think that is the optimal early game team because Vader is important. Here you will put this on Dark Trooper. And it also makes people attack Dark Trooper, which, I mean, isn't ideal. You don't want them attacking, but if they're going to attack, that's a good way. Now we're going to control the situation. We're going to remove all of our turn meters, but because we're going to get Emperor's Trap, we are going to go first. See, we all just skipped her again. We will go ahead and do this just to show more people jumping her here on the side. His armor shred is also very valuable here. The other good thing that Piet has is he goes invisible when he puts that on Dark Trooper. But if somebody were to go stealth, he does have this, which will take them out of stealth, which is another good part of this team. Now, I don't have a ton of crystals, but I will do one refresh just so we can really show that turn meter train again. Hopefully it'll work. Could outspeed us. If they outspeed us, we're kind of cooked. They're a glass cannon team at the end of the day. That is what they are. They're a glass cannon team. If they go first, they win. It really is that simple. With her being 3, she might get to go. But I don't think she'll kill anybody, so we should be okay. Oh, my Vader is pretty fast, so that's working out in our favor. Oh, she has counterattack. We gotta get rid of Kanan. All right. As you see, turn meter train is going. We're doing good things. Keep that buffs coming. She might counter. No, because Kanan's gone. All right, we're going to put this on Trooper. Hope he didn't call anybody to attack that time. That was unfortunate. So they are about to go. Like, they're going to get turns. And when she goes with her AoE, it's going to hurt. I probably should have focused her down first. Oh, we got lucky that she did not do that. So, oh, Dark Trooper got called. And he got called again because he was a random assist. Oh, he returned fire there, which was good. Got her down, which is good. So I am kind of glad that you guys are getting to see not a super clean battle, to see that he's losing stacks. He only has 4 stacks of troopers, and he hits less hard every time it goes down, but it does allow you to have a few more hits on the team before anybody on the team actually dies. And the rest of the team does do damage, so it's not like it's the end of the world if you do lose Dark Trooper. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. You can still get that turn meter going, and you can still get some work done. There you go. Still punch-ups, even in Relic Delta land. This is a very important team early. You're seeing why. They can really take on teams that, Relic Delta-wise, we have no reason beating. You can see they're not highly geared at all. And they're still taking care of business, you know. So that's why I think this team is so important. It's why so many content creators really push them early. They really do a number in Galactic War before you get it simmable. They are one of the teams that can carry you because of that turn meter train, and they get to take it into the next battle. So that's another great thing. They're also in 2 of the assault battles, you need troopers. So it's just a super important team early. You need them to, for the assault battles, to generate more wealth in your game, to get more materials into your other teams. You need them for that Galactic War early to get it simmable. You need them to open up Dark Side and to open up mod battles. They're really good at that. And your mod challenges. And then they're great in early GAC. You can really punch up with them. They're great for your arena, which, while not the most important game mode, is still something I suggest people do, just because you need that currency early. You really want to focus on trying to be in the top 1,000. I'm a little below that. I'm trying to get up there and stay up there. The thing is, the troopers, while a glass cannon, other people who know how to defend against them, they're going to kill them. They're not going to be a strong defensive team in the arena. And once we get a fully Relic Phoenix team and fully Zeta Phoenix team, the troopers aren't going to be able to punch up against that. That's going to be too much. But I'm still going to keep working on them. I'm going to start to get them geared up more. I'm going to work on their mods. I'm going to get them faster. Once again, you want Piet to be the fastest so he can put that special on Dark Trooper, and it just makes that turn meter that much better. So I'm not going to keep you all day. I want you guys to see, I just wanted you guys to see that Imperial Trooper team. I've went in depth about it. I explained why it works. I explained how you want to mod the main characters that are in that group. Like I said, you can bring in any trooper at all. You can bring in Stormtrooper, Death Trooper, Sand Trooper for an auto taunt. You can bring any of them in. Just the ones that we showed are the ones that have been proven to be the best for the team, and how to mod them, and even a little bit of gameplay footage for you guys. So I'm really hoping that this is beneficial to some of the newer players to understand why all the content creators push troopers, and why it's on almost every farming guide. Troopers, they just bring so much value to an early game account. We're not suggesting that you guys farm them for a reason like we just like troopers or we're big trooper fans. Like, it's not like that at all. It's, they are just that efficient early game, and they just give you so much stuff over time. So I hope that that really helps you guys understand better why they're pushed so heavily by the content creator community, why they're on so many farming guides early, why I have them on my farming guide, why I'm building them on my alt account. And I hope that it will encourage you guys to go ahead and go after them as well. Now, understanding just how important they are and how that turn meter can really work in your benefit and help you punch up. This has been the Nerdy Stepdad. Once again, if you've liked what you've heard and seen, please give me that like and subscribe. To my Bantha brothers, good luck in your territory battles, territory wars, GACs, and may the Force be with you all.
Where are you going, Nerdy?
For a nap.